What's good, guys? It's Brent Buys and welcome back to another What Sold video. In this video, I'm going to show you a bunch of items I sold on eBay and Poshmark. Now, some of these items were thrifted, some were bought online, and some were bought from retail stores, but I'll let you know where I got each one and how much I paid for it. So this is going to be over a couple of weeks. It's like the first 2 weeks of January. I'll just show you a bunch of items that I think should be helpful for you. So let's go and get into it. This first one's going to be a Travis Matthew polo. This was bought in store from Dick's Warehouse, also known as Going Gone. I got this one because it's size 2XL. It's an interesting pattern, it's that tie-dye. And it was really cheap. They had an extra 75% off of certain stuff. So it's only rang up to like $6 or so, and it sold for $35. Next, we've got a thrifted item. So if you're new here, all of my thrifted items average paying around like a little over $6 for each one. This is a pair of Area jeans. Now, these also had a little bit of staining on it, but Area is just such a good brand of jeans that these still sold for $28. Oops. Got some men's BKE Seth jeans. Men's BKE jeans do really well. They usually sell for about $30. That's what they sold for on here. Got an Orange Theory hoodie. I think it's like a gym. The hoodies had a decent sell-through rate when I looked them up on eBay. So I guess like the outerwear, more substantial stuff might do okay. But only if you're getting it for cheap. I think I paid like $5 on this and it sold for $20. We've got some Crocs Mellow Recovery clogs. These were bought in store from an Academy clearance. I think they were like $10 to $12, somewhere around there. They sold for $34. Next, we've got a Nike shirt. Now this is a Nike Pro Combat fitted, which in itself can do well, if it's cheap enough. But this has also got the Ken Griffey Swingman logo, which if you see that, and yeah, like I said, if it's cheap, it'll probably do well, but this sold for $20. Got some Polo Ralph Lauren pants. Now these are called the Prepsters. They're gonna have this elastic waist, also a drawstring. You can look at this QR code and scan that on your phone, and that'll help show you what exactly they are, which is how I found out what these were. But these also sell decently well, just not for a whole lot. They sold for $22. Next, we've got a Sims shirt. It's another item where this is a good brand, but this had some flaws. So it had a couple little stains right here on the pocket there. But still, it's such a good brand, it still sold for $20. Next, we've got a bundled item. So I sell a lot of track pants and like Adidas, Under Armour, and Nike. Big part of my bread and butter. Someone here bought 3 pairs of Adidas track pants and 1 Travis Matthew hat, where I got that Travis Matthew hat from Dick's Warehouse in store. Paid like $5 for it. So all in on that, I'm probably like 22 or something. They paid 75. I got 60 out of it. Next, got a Polo Ralph Lauren. This is a just short sleeve polo shirt. Now the reason I got this is because it is size 3XLT. Big and tall Polo Ralph Lauren's gonna do better. Looks like this even had a couple flaws I didn't notice. So, but yeah, still sold for $25. Next, I got this from a yard sale. This guy had like 3 of them. I went and looked at the tag, and I was just looking them up on eBay, and I saw they were selling pretty well, so I got all 3 of them. Can't remember how much he asked, maybe like a couple bucks or so each, but it sold for $30. It's got some Wrangler 20X jeans. These can do well if you can get them cheap enough. They sold for $25. Next, we've got a Cool pullover. So really good brand to look out for. It's got the little mountain logo, but this sold for $33, just like a fleeced quarter zip. Next, we've got another outerwear piece. This is a North Face Denali jacket. So it's gonna have like the nylon material there near the chest, and then the rest is gonna be the fleece. But those do well. This one sold for $49. Next, got another jacket, fleece. The brand is Milton Funwear. Never seen this before, never got it before, but it's had this interesting pattern. It's got deer on it, had a big one on the back as well. But that sold for $33. This thing even had a bunch of pink fuzz on it. It took me a while to try and roll that thing. And then I even, noted it in the description because there was still a little bit, but good thing it sold on Poshmark because those very rarely come back. Next, we have got some like ski snow pants. This brand's called Super Triple Goose. These are pretty big pants. They're size 2XL as well, just pretty thick in general. But these were selling decently when I looked them up, and they sold for 34 bucks. I thrifted those. We got some new reef fanning flip-flops. These are the ones that have this like gum bottom. They've got the bottle opener on the bottom. Whenever I can get these cheap retail, they always sell well for me. I paid like 12 bucks or so from Academy in-store clearance on these, and this pair sold for 42. We got some Nike joggers. Now these are women's, and I used the style code down here to look these up. I saw that these were the Phoenix fleece. They sold for $25. Got a Polo Ralph Lauren long sleeve button down shirt. Now the reason I got this one is because it is 100% linen. If you can read that upside down. Yeah, upgraded materials in Polo Ralph Lauren do better. Unique things in general with Polo Ralph Lauren do better. Big and tall sizes in Polo Ralph Lauren do well. But that sold for $28. Got some Patagonia fleece sweatpants. I didn't realize at the time, but these were women's. Probably why they sold on Poshmark. But yeah, I can't remember exactly where the style code was here on here. Maybe I didn't picture it, but I used that. Oh, here it is. Yeah, right there. It says STY, and then just use those numbers, like 5 numbers right there. Looked those up. It told me these were women. Told me these were the P6 label uprisal. Used all that and helped them sell for 40 bucks. Got a Ducks Unlimited full zip fleece vest. Ducks Unlimited outerwear stuff can do well. It's gonna have that little duck logo there. That sold for $27. Next, we've got some more reef flip-flops, but these are called the Cushion Phantom. These were also bought from the same Academy clearance, around the same price, maybe like 10 bucks or so, and they sold for 32. Got a pair of Fugazi jeans. This isn't like a special brand or anything, but this was just a style-based pickup. So you can see they're baggy, they're black, they've got this extra stitching on it and stuff, and they just look like they'd be in style. So yeah, since they were new with tags too, picked them up from Goodwill, and they sold for 25 bucks. And then we've got a pair of silver Zach jeans. So some silver jeans can do well, some of them don't do great. I would just recommend looking up the exact model, but the Zach ones do pretty well, and this sold for $27. Before we get into all the eBay sales, I really want to give a quick shout out to Auto Posture, which is the cross lister and automation tool I use. It's honestly played a big part in a lot of the Poshmark sales I'm getting. It's constantly sharing those listings. It's constantly sending out offers to buyers. And I think really if you're not using the bot on Poshmark, you're at a pretty severe disadvantage just with how the platform is. Not to mention a lot more features I use, like cross-listing my items, delisting them by itself. And if you're interested in something like that, just check out the link in my description or use the code BRANTBUYS. You also get a discount on your first month, and it does support me, so I really do appreciate it if you do. But anyways, let's go ahead and get to the eBay sales. All right, first one on eBay, this is gonna be a pair of Nike fleece shorts. This is almost like a cheetah pattern or something, but these were bought online from Dick's. They were like 12 bucks or so, and these sold for 47 with free shipping. Now, my older listings, I used to do free shipping, but all my new ones will be buyer paid shipping. Got a Work Right FR jacket. This was thrifted. These FR jackets in this brand sell fairly well, but this was a full zip one, sold for, oh, it was also size 4XL, so it's probably another reason why it helped, but sold for $35. Got a Santa Barbara Harley Davidson full zip hoodie. I paid up a little bit on this one from thrifting, but because it was full zip, also size 2XL, I knew it would sell well, and it sold for 40 bucks. Next is a Wrangler denim jacket. Now this is the Wrangler Hero. The black ones do better. I wouldn't pay a whole lot for these, but this sold to an offer for 30 bucks. Next, we've got a vintage Lacoste sweater. So these cable knit Lacoste sweaters do well. It's gonna have that little alligator logo there, or crocodile, I don't know, which one is that? But yeah, that sold for $45. Another thrifted item, this is an Orvis long sleeve button down shirt. You can just look at this and tell why I got it. Very out there. Got all these little patches, different color, pastel colors that sold for $36. Another thrifted item, we have some cool pants. So on the cool pants, if you look inside like the pocket bag, they'll usually tell you the model, so that helps you out a lot. But these are the Free Riders, and these sold for $38. Next is a Carhartt flannel. This was bought online. This is from Sierra. These were 11 bucks each, and it sold for $32. Next, another flannel. This one was thrifted. This was Polo Ralph Lauren. The reason I grabbed this one is because it is 4XLT, so good size. This sold for $35. Next, we've got an Under Armour sweatshirt. Nothing too special here. It's just a fleece quarter zip, but I grabbed it because it's 3XL, so it's a bigger size, and it's a more substantial piece, and you can get it for cheap. Can do well in these brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Nike. But took an offer on that one for 25 bucks. Next, we got a vintage camo vest. This brand is Ruddy Duck. I don't think I've ever grabbed this brand before, but the brand is not what's selling it. It's really the camo being vintage, made in USA. So yeah, a lot of these will either be mossy oak or real tree camo, but yeah, when you can find stuff like that, vintage, made in USA, it's probably gonna do well, but I would still look it up in case. I took an offer on this one for like 25 bucks, I think. Next, we've got some Wrangler FR jeans. Another item that sells fairly well, but just not for a whole lot. These sold for $25, but they'll have this little orange patch here. The label's got some orange on it, and I think even on the back. No, that's not the back. But yeah, some more orange there on the back, so pretty easy to spot these. These even had some wear there on the pockets, but still sold fine. Next, this is the first time I've found this brand. Brand here is Icebreaker, really good brand to look out for. A lot of their stuff is wool, but this is not a great item from the brand. You can really find a lot better stuff. But this sold for $35. This is just a base layer, long sleeve women's shirt. But yeah, if you find a more substantial piece, it'll sell for a lot more. Next, we've got some Buckle BKE jeans. These are the Derricks. You can see these are pretty distressed, kind of faded, but these still sold full price for $30. More jeans. These are Wrangler Retro jeans. So a lot of these Wrangler Retros do well. I think the only ones that aren't that well are I can't remember, something straight. Maybe the Relaxed Straight. Maybe those are the ones that don't have a great sell-through rate. But most of the other ones do well. I know all the boot ones do well. But I'll just look it up just in case. But yeah, those sold for $28. We've got some Nike Georgia Bulldogs pants. Seems like a lot of the sports team, with a good sports brand, especially in the pants, they seem to do better, at least for me. But I took an offer of these for $25. Obviously, when you get a good team like this, it's going to help. Next, we got some more vintage camo. Brand is 10X. This is unique where it has these turkeys on it. When I was looking up comps on this, when I grabbed it, I saw one sold for like $100, which is why I listed mine at that. But it sat around for a little while at that price, and I ended up taking an offer of $65 on it, which I was more than happy with. Next up, these are some like waterproof shoe covers. Those little slip-on shoe covers. These were from, what's that store? Habitat for Humanity. These were $2.50 each, and I've been selling them for $23. I just ship them out like this. I'll put a little more tape on the box, but I'll just slap a label on the back of the box and send it out like this. So really easy. Also, their buyers paying shipping, so good profit there. I'll say I don't go to that store a whole lot, but I honestly got like my best find from that store, my best bulk sell. So if you have any of those stores in your area, I'd check it out. Maybe not go there too often, but just see what they have. But so what I got from there that was really good was a bunch of deadbolts, like door locks in the brand Yale. So it was a bunch of like smart deadbolts. I got different types, but it was really good because they all sold to like bulk buyers. It was like a couple people that really bought them all. And they were maybe like $30 a piece, selling for like a little under 100 or somewhere around there, and just selling them off all to one person. It was really great. deal. I wish I was recording them, but yeah, wasn't making videos then. We've got a Woolridge vintage bomber jacket. Now, this is an old listing, so bad pictures and just probably bad listing overall. Would have sold a lot quicker and maybe for a little more if I updated the listing, but I never got around to it. I just was waiting for it to sell. But yeah, vintage Woolridge is going to do well if it's, made with wool, a more substantial piece like this being lined, flannel lined, that's good. But that sold full price for $85. Next, we've got some Duluth pants. This model name is the Flex Dry on the Fly. So Duluth has a few different pants like this. They also have the Flex Fire hose. Those sell well if you can get them cheap, just not for a lot, maybe like 20 to 25 max. But these were selling for a bit better. I took an offer of these for 25 though. Next up, we have got a Jiu-Jitsu rash guard. So this is what they will wear when they're wrestling on the mat. These rash guards sell well. I would just recommend looking up the brand that you have, but especially when there's like a loud print. A lot of them will have a big animal on the front or all over the shirt. Those usually sell better, but this one sold full price for 26 bucks. Some more Duluth pants, like I was just mentioning. These are the Flex Fire hose. I took an offer of these for 22. More pants, we've got some vintage, more vintage camo. Let's see, were they made in USA? Yes, also made in USA. This brand is Radlers. Let's see if I can get a picture of it. Little snake logo. I don't know, maybe I didn't show it well in the pictures. But I took an offer of these for like 22 bucks, I believe, so nothing crazy on those. Next up, this was pretty much a style-based pickup. It's got that Affliction Y2K style, just one of those long sleeve shirts, but it sold full price for $25. The brand is Extreme Couture. Got some New Balances. These were bought from Urban Outfitters online. They were like 20 bucks or so, and they sold I remember they sold to a 5% offer with Auto Posture, so it was around like $71 or something like that. And these were also free shipping, so around like 60 bucks plus shipping, we can just say that. But yeah, those were from Urban Outfitters for like 20 something bucks. We got some Polo Ralph Lauren pants. Polo Ralph Lauren plaid pants usually do well. These are that Black Watch tartan plaid, which is gonna usually do better. And they're also like stretched, so that probably might have helped the value. But these sold full price for $60. Next up, we've got some new shoes. These were from Dick's Warehouse or Going Gone. In-store clearance. These were like 27 bucks and they sold for 60. Some Ja Morants. Next up, another thrifted item. We got some Viore joggers. Really good brand to look out for if you don't already know. Little V logo right there. These sold full price for $60. They sold really quick too. I would recommend, let's see if I got a good picture yeah. So yeah, definitely look up the style code. You can see right here at the bottom of the tag, it says style and then V416. That told me that these are the Sunday Performance and also helped me know the color is tobacco, so I added that in there as well. But yeah, sold for $60. Next we got some jeans. This is another style based, but yeah, these are just super loud. They're baggy. Got a lot of embroidery here on the back, which is going to do really well. Brand is Victorious. I've sold a couple more in this brand. So if it's loud in this brand, it's going to do well. But I think I took an offer of these for like $55. Next, we've got some Skechers. These were from a Kohl's clearance event in store. They were $20 and they sold for $55. Sold a couple pairs of those. Got a thrifted item, Carhartt FR jacket. I'm not finding a whole lot of Carhartt, but obviously Carhartt, certain jackets can do well. And also the FR jackets. This isn't a great jacket, but because it's FR, it's gonna help. It's also got a company embroidery right there. Still sold fine. Took an offer of like 45 bucks on this. We've got another North Face Denali jacket. So sold one of these on Poshmark, also sold one on eBay. This one's the same color and everything, just a different size, but took an offer on this for like 42. Next we've got some Hey Dudes. These were called out in the reselling group I'm in, bread and butter. They were 20 bucks, I believe, and sold for 50. Next we've got a pair of Nike dry fit shorts. These were from Kohl's in-store clearance. They were like 10 bucks. I got these because they were big and tall size, and I looked them up and they seemed to be selling okay. They were 10 each. Some guy bought 2 of them. He sent me an offer of 48 for both of them, so I was fine with that. He also paid shipping on both of them. Next, another thrifted item. This is a Houston Astros sleeveless hoodie, but what's good about this is it is player issued, so you can see right here it has a last name and a number. Whenever you see like a name or a number like that on a sports apparel, it's going to mean that it's player issued. So you can put player or team issue in the title, it'll help it sell. I was getting a bunch of offers on this, not very high ones, but I was waiting out, and this ended up selling full price for $50. Next, another pair of Hey Dudes. These were bought from in-store from the Academy clearance. They have a good clearance event every so often. They were like 13, 14 bucks, and I took an offer of these for 45. Got some more jeans. These are some baggy Southpoles. You probably already know baggy Southpole jeans sell well. It's just what's in style right now. These were a shorter inseam, so maybe they could have sold for more, but they sold for 45 bucks. So on the Southpole jeans, if you have a red tab back here, it's going to be better. Make sure to look those up and increase your price. Or also, if the jeans are just black themselves, that's usually going to be better as well. Next, we've got some Crocs. These were called the Yukon Vista 2s. These were also called out in Bread and Butter, the reselling group. These were 20 bucks online. They sold for 42. Got a bunch of those. They've been selling well. Next, we've got a Pokemon Santa Cruz hoodie. This is the last one I had. Bought this from Tilly's. I think it was like 14 bucks or somewhere around there, but it sold for an offer of $45. Next, we've got a Wrangler denim chore coat. This was size 3XL, so pretty good size. Had a couple little flaws. Name there on the tag, but this sold full price for $40. It's actually sold on Poshmark not too long ago, and it got returned because of the zipper there. I guess the guy said it had some rust on it or something, so I made sure to note that in the eBay listing. But yeah, still sold full price on eBay. That was the first time I've ever had anything on Poshmark returned as well, so that was new. Got some Nike fleece joggers. These obviously did better because they've got this big swoosh going across both of the legs. Because they're unique, I looked up the style code to see what exactly they were and what they were going for. But they sold full price for $45, and they were only size small, so maybe if they were bigger, they could have did better. Next up is a pair of multicolored string lights. These were bought not too long ago from Lowe's after Christmas clearance. Well, they actually did their Christmas clearance event early. It was before Christmas. They went to 75% off. These came out to like 8 bucks each, and all 3 of them already sold. These multicolored ones can usually sell year round, just since you can change the color on them, and you know they're not Christmas specific. But yeah, I've got some other Christmas stuff, and some of it will slowly sell throughout the year, and you know all the other will sell at the end. Got some Reef fanning flip-flops. These are like USA, America themed. I got these online from Reef's website. I saw they were clearance down, had an extra code you could put. They came out to like $18, and these sold for $43. And that is everything to show you today. If you stuck around to the end, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Like the video, leave a comment if you have anything, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.